Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've already prepped my natural nails, but if you'd like to see that full process, I'll link a video here. For this set, I started with nail dehydrator and then a nail primer, letting that dry completely before moving on to my foam and hard gel application. So let's jump right into it. So here I'm placing the foam on my pointer finger. Getting the foam on as snug and even is really important. It sets the foundation for the whole nail. If you want it tight, then I suggest maybe, if you have to, cutting away some of the edge to get it snug underneath there. You just want to make sure that it's under the free edge, there's no gaps, and it's aligned straight with your finger. If it's off, the nail will cure crooked. Once it's secure, I start with a slip layer of hard gel. This layer is very thin and it's brushed across the nail. It helps the thicker gel self-level and stick where I want it. Without curing, we go over the slip layer with a thicker bead of gel and then glide down the foam and over the nail to create this structure. Just let the gel move and settle, using a fine detail brush to scooch it kind of closer to your side walls as opposed to the actual thicker brush you use to apply it. That will help prevent flooding. If the apex looks low or uneven, I'll add an extra layer right on top of that and cure this time for a full 60 seconds. But this process here of flipping it over and letting it self-level makes such a big difference. So I suggest doing that if you're like me and you're moving a little bit slower and it just keeps flattening out. Definitely don't hesitate to flip your hand upside down. It makes a really big difference. Now I repeat this same process on the rest of my fingers. Foam, slip layer, uncured bead, and building up the structure. Each nail gets flash cured for 30 seconds, and once I'm happy with the shape, I give them a final full 60-second cure. The main thing is, don't wipe away the tacky layer after curing because that's what helps the new gel grab onto the old layer. If you've already wiped away or buffed, just lightly rough up that surface again so the new gel has something to hold on to. Then go in with a thin layer of builder to adjust the apex if needed. It's actually really common to build in stages because it's better to add a little more later than to overload it in one go and have the gel flood everywhere, or possibly have pockets of uncured gel in between layers. As I work on the rest of my fingers, I follow the same process: the foam, slip layer, and then the thicker gel. The slip layer is a very thin coat that helps the thicker gel self-level and stick exactly where I want it. I never fully cure that layer before adding the next layer. It keeps the layers bonding together. After adding the thicker layer over the slip layer, I will flash cure for 30 seconds. And then again, of course, if it looks, it being the apex, if it looks low or uneven, I'll add that builder gel afterwards and then cure for a full 60 seconds. This method gives a strong, smooth structure and helps avoid bubbles or gaps while making sure the gel flows naturally for a clean, sculpted nail. You might notice I'm only working on one form at a time. Instead of setting them all up at once, I actually did my thumb first. I applied the foam, built the nail, cured it, and even gave it a quick file just to make sure my process felt good before moving on to the rest of my hand. I've tried applying foams to all of my fingers at once, but what I found is by the time I got to the later ones, the foams would shift or loosen a bit. That made the nails harder to build evenly. So now I like to go finger by finger, taking each one all the way through the product and curing before moving on. It takes a little longer, but it gives me way more control and I don't have to worry about forms slipping out of place. This way, each nail stays exactly where I want it and the structure turns out more consistent. Remember, this is a process that takes time and it's completely normal to feel a little overwhelmed when you're learning. The great thing about hard gel is that it's very forgiving. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to control. One of the biggest tips I can share is don't overload the finger with product. Trying to chase gel around with your brush can get messy and stressful. Instead, work in small, controlled amounts and let the gel flow naturally. Research in nail technology shows that applying thin, controlled layers improves adhesion and reduces lifting, which is exactly why that slip layer and gradual building method works so well. So take your time, be patient with yourself, and trust the process. You'll get smoother, stronger nails with every practice session. At this point, all of the nails are fully cured, so I peel off the forms, and here's the satisfying part. You can see the sculpted hard gel nails taking shape. Once the nails are fully cured, I start by wiping off the inhibition layer with alcohol and a lint-free wipe. This removes that sticky residue and preps the surface for finishing. I'm then going to take my older cuticle nippers, which I reserve for trimming gems, or in this case, the small overhangs of the hard gel. I carefully snip any thin overhanging gel along the edges to make sure nothing gets in the way. Doing this step makes the filing and shaping process smoother and helps the nails look clean, polished, and professional. Now that the nails are cured, I've refined the shape with my file, making sure that each nail is even. Choose a shape: square, oval, almond, or squoval, based on your style and the durability you want. The buff also removes any bumps and creates a clean, polished finish. I'm using my e-file here with the tapered bit because this is gentle enough and on a low enough setting that it's going to smooth the area close to the cuticle, giving you a nice apex shape, while if it does get close to the cuticle, it's just going to remove any dead skin. And again, it's very gentle, and use a light setting and it'll be perfect. And that's it. Your hard gel nails are sculpted, shaped, and polished. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment with any questions or requests for future tutorials.